What it is, folks, your homeboy Furry back again with another episode of the realest, most entertaining sports show in the game. Put it on something. I'm solo dolo for the promo today, you understand? My brother Tim G. Jacob is on the clock tonight. You know what I'm talking about, getting to that money. My brother JoJo took his wife out for a birthday. And my brother Ray Caesar Leo, y'all will see him later on in the show. So make sure y'all watch every segment of Put It On Something. You understand? But before we get into it, as always, I'm tell you, this is sponsored by Statement Tees. That Statement Tees, every t-shirt you wear makes a statement. Make sure y'all go over there to statementteesllc.com and copy some, or go to Facebook, hit us up, let us know some custom that you might want. You feel me? But I ain't gonna waste no time. Let's go ahead and get into this. Last week, you know what I'm saying, I did a segment on the new hire at Jackson State, the hiring of Brett Bartolone as the OC. Okay. And there were a few comments in my comment section that alluded to race and everything like that, which I didn't pay much attention to because I know I didn't really touch on his race other than alluding to one of my brothers calling it bullshit. But I guess I should have pointed out when I said that, I didn't mean that my brother took issue with the man's race. My brother, one of my brothers had like a personal relationship with Coach Taylor. You know what I'm saying? So come on, that hit different. I don't give a fuck what kind of offense this brother bringing in. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, you see your friend take what amounts to a demotion, you know, to you're gonna feel some type of way. And then when I alluded to my other brother talking about Dr. Umar Johnson not being happy with a white man taking a black man's job, I was talking about my brother JoJo. And y'all know that boy's a damn fool. He was just playing, making, you know what I'm saying, making a joke when he sent that to us in our group text. My brother JoJo does not give a shit what race the brother is. JoJo just wants to win and go undefeated like I do. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't really pay much attention to those comments in my comment section and things like that because I thought it was wasn't a story. But I was checking out some other sites, some other channels that cover HBCUs. And I see this shit is an issue for some people. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that would be the case. But goddamn, I was wrong. Like, there are some people that really, really feel some type of way about this shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it. I on one end, I understand the sentiment. Look, bro, if y'all fuck with me for real, y'all been watching everything I've been dropping, not just shit dealing with Jackson State, not just shit dealing with sports. You see that shit. I have a wide range of things I'm interested in. You know what I'm saying? And outside of being concerned for my family, the plight of my people is up there. It's my family and it's my people. That's why I do this. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. I understand in terms of black people have been shitted on in this country systematically since 1619. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to our shit, when it comes to something that is ours, you know, you feel like you really got to guard that shit, like for real, whether it be our institutions, whether it be our culture in general, because we always see like motherfuckers swoop in and just get our shit, you know what I'm talking about? Whether it be jazz music, which we created, but then white composers swoop in and they start doing it and they blow up. Whether it be rock and roll music, we create that shit, you know what I'm talking about? And then you see Elvis Presley swoop in and he becomes the king or shit. You know what I'm talking about? Whether it be Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson, really both basically being the icons of pop music, but then you see all these folks swoop in and they just, you know what I'm saying, got the complexion for the connection for the protection. And then, you know what I'm talking about, they get on too. And then, of course, you see it today in this social media era. These dances that we come up with, you know, they were literally stealing dances from our culture and putting that shit in these games like Fortnite and all that kind of shit, and not paying these artists and these dancers that were coming up with this shit. So I get it. I understand. Truly do. You want to guard our culture. You know I get this shit. But let's look at some, y'all. Okay? We see what's going on in the NFL right now, for instance. They won't give brothers like Eric Bieniemy a chance. If you don't keep up with the NFL, I'm talking about the offensive coordinator for Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Andy Reid is a legendary play caller in his own right, the head coach for the Kansas City Chiefs. But he just came out and said Eric Bieniemy calls the plays for that team. We see down there in Tampa Bay, got 2 black coordinators. As of taping, neither one of them have gotten hired for a job. And on the flip side, you see guys with lesser resumes than them who happen to be white, and they're getting gigs. You know what I'm saying? So you can watch First Take, you'll see Stephen A. Smith say shit about it. You can watch Skip and Shannon, you see Shannon Sharp say shit about it. I did a segment about the fuck shit that goes on with NFL coaching. But, you know, from my standpoint, I feel like the players got to do something about that. That league is 70% black. The players got to fucking do something to make that shit change if they won't change. You know what I'm saying? Instead of goddamn keep complaining to these white owners, boo-hooing these motherfucking white owners and shit, they got to do something. Do something. That was my stance. But we see what's going on over there. Okay? We know in college football how that shit is. I remember when Sylvester Croom got the job at Mississippi State and how that shit was. You know, they gave him a chance with Mississippi State coming off some sanctions or some shit, like the programs in a fucked up state. And they gave him a chance, and, you know, he did what he could under those circumstances. But we know goddamn well college football, they do not, them boosters don't want to fuck with no black man. Okay, so we see what goes on out there. And, you know, like I alluded to in the video I did about what's going on with NFL hiring, I alluded to what Jimmy the Greek said back in the 80s. I want to say he said that. If you don't know who I'm talking about, just type in on YouTube, Jimmy the Greek fired. Jimmy the Greek fired. And you'll hear his comments about race and the black athlete and coaches. Okay. But I'm going to sum it up again. Basically, he was saying that with black athletes dominating, particularly basketball and football, he was like, shoot, if black folks get coaching positions, what the white man gonna have? Okay, so that is still alive and well out there. Okay, in the professional ranks and in PWIs. Okay, with their programs. So, with all that being said, we know that I understand the sentiment that I'm hearing from my brothers and sisters when it comes to us as black people, as black institutions hiring white people for these key spots at our institutions. I understand the sentiment. But here's my thing, okay? My argument is this: we don't want to be like these motherfuckers. We want to be better than that. We don't want to be like these fuck boys in the NFL that treat that shit as a good old boy network. We don't want to be like that. Okay? We want them to stop that bullshit. We don't want to be like these university presidents and boosters at these PWIs that are happy. These boosters are happy to open their checkbooks for the black athlete to come in and run the football and catch the football and or come dunk the basketball. They're happy to open the checkbooks for that, not just in the NIL. They've been doing that shit. They're happy, but they don't want to open the checkbook to a black man to be the face of their program too quickly. Okay. Shit, that's even in college basketball. When I was coming up, you had John Thompson, John Chaney, Tubby Smith, like in this college basketball. You know what I'm saying? It was few and far between. Okay, but we don't want to be like that. As the legendary Fred Hampton once said. Fred said, "We don't hate the motherfucking white people. We hate the oppressor, no matter what color they are." Okay? And that's what he said. For those of y'all that don't like my use of language, okay? That's what Fred Hampton said. He said, "We don't hate the motherfucking white people. We hate the oppressor." Okay? And he was cautioning us, black people. He was like, "We don't want to replace white oppression with black oppression. We don't want to do that." Okay? At the end of the day, we want justice. We want fairness. Okay? And with this hire, I'm assuming Coach Prime, who has forgotten more football than I'll ever know. Okay? I'm assuming Coach Prime saw something with this brother, whether it was in the interview process or whatever. Saw something with this brother to say, "All right, you the guy I want to come in and lead our offense next year." Okay. So that's what it's gonna come down to, is how you feel about Coach Prime and his decision making. Okay. Now I did see one king say he believed that Coach Prime is the Trojan horse of he's gonna be the Trojan horse for HBCUs. Now that stuck out to me for real, for real. That comment did stick out to me because I love Greek mythology. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, my mama tell you, my favorite book when I was a kid was the Trojan War. You know what I'm saying? I loved that shit. No, fuck that. I still love it. You know what I'm saying? And so that analogy really got me. For those y'all not up on that shit, basically, you had the Greeks going against Troy, and Troy had these high motherfucking walls up and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like you couldn't get in there; it was impenetrable. You know what I'm saying? So the Greeks used this. You know what I'm saying? They tried to act like they had sailed away and shit, but they left this big ass horse. You know what I'm talking about? And inside the horse, they had the men. You know what I'm saying? They had the troops. And the Trojans, dumbass, brought that big ass horse inside their walls. And in the middle of the night, the Greek troops came up out that bitch, took over the city. You know what I'm talking about? Long story short. And so this brother, basically, this king, and I ain't slandering this king. Shout out, appreciate you viewing, you know what I'm talking about. But this king was like, Prime gonna hit us with like the Greeks did. That's provocative, King. That's provocative now. I don't see it like that, brother. I don't see it like that. Hopefully that is not the case. If some shit like that would go down and we see something like that, I'll be one of the first one goddamn calling that shit out. But I doubt that, King. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just gonna chop it up to say this is who Coach Prime felt comfortable with in the process. You know, I saw one brother say, well, attack, not in my comment section. This was on another platform I was checking out. I heard a brother from this telecast basically attack Brett Bartolone's resume, saying that he's never called plays at this level. He's never called plays at this level. Okay, that criticism is warranted. It's fair. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But we have to remember this. The man who hired him had never coached at this level. Deion Sanders had never coached at this level. He had called plays in high school football. Okay. Now, of course, the argument against that is he played at the highest level. Okay. He played big time college football at Florida State, and he is the GOAT cornerback in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Winning Super Bowl, Defensive Player of the Year, he's the shit. But again, playing and coaching, two different things. And Coach Prime, before he came to Jack State, had not coached on this level. And we see how that has turned out. You know what I'm saying? So, I would say, y'all, let's be 100. Let's not let race be a factor in how we view this hire. If you're gonna attack it purely on the man's resume, I would say that is fair. You know what I'm saying? Because again, what I saw, he was an offensive analyst, not even the offensive coordinator. Okay, so boom, I can understand that criticism. All right, but again, that's what I'm saying. It goes back to trusting Coach Prime's decision making, and again, everything I've been seeing with decision making been spot on. You know what I'm saying, in terms of how they are recruiting, in terms of how they're marketing the program, in terms of the other position coaches and everything that I'm seeing. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get to see the behind the scenes and see how they're interacting with the guys and, getting the best out of these guys. Like what I'm seeing. And then you hearing the young men when they're talking about this best decision I made, But, you start to say, okay, yeah, they got a good staff. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to Coach Prime. He's the CEO. But let's not look at it like that, because if we're gonna say we can only hire black coaches at black institutions, then of course, what the fuck? We can't say shit about how these white boys getting down. Or are we gonna say shit? We can't even get white players. You know what I'm saying? Like we had legendary Casey Terrio, you know what I'm talking about? The White Tiger. Shout out, dog. You know what I'm talking about? Appreciate you coming on, put it on something once again. You know what I'm saying? We love to have you back. Remember, if that movie come out, you promised that you're gonna come here first. Remember that. Shout out to Casey Terrio. But are we saying that if we can't have white coaches, we want a white player? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. And again, most of what I'm saying is not directed at y'all, my viewers. You know what I'm saying? I think I cleared up any misconception of how I felt about the hire personally, or how my brothers felt about it. Again, my brother that's plugged in with the universe, like he came up with this universe, so he has a personal relationship, personal stake when it came to Coach Taylor. You know what I'm talking about? And we still wish Coach Taylor love, and you know what I'm saying? And he's still on. I saw this past week, he's still out there on the recruit trail, busting his ass. You know what I'm talking about? So that's what that was all about. That's personal. And then, like I said, my brother JoJo, he's just crazy here. Y'all know you just making a joke. Y'all done seen him on here. That boy crazy here. He don't give a fuck what this man race is. So, but again, on these other platforms, these motherfuckers dead serious. Okay. Folk dead serious. But let's not be like that. All right. We better than these motherfuckers. We better. So just want to clear that up. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure that everybody understand where I was coming from with my take last week. And I think most of you did. But I also want to make sure that I kind of, motivate us not to have that sentiment out there. You know what I'm talking about? 'Cause like I said, we don't want to be like the oppressors. We want to overcome that. You know what I'm talking about? We want to do better than that. We don't want to reflect. We don't want to emulate the bullshit that we've been through. We want to be better than that and get the best in there to help our young men and women across all sports be the best that they can be, win these motherfucking titles, get their degrees, go to the professional ranks in sports, most of them going to the professional ranks in other regards. You understand? So that's what it is on that. So let's wish the new coach well and the entire coaching staff. Because I think something big got to be coming down the line with recruiting. You feel me? So, we already going to be in the news and everybody already going to be pissed at us and coming at us and shit like that. So we can't have any dissension in our own ranks. All right? So let's be prepared for that. Put it on some. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit statementteesllc.com and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.